What's up, guys? I hope everyone's having a wonderful beginning of 2026. This is January, and so what I wanted to do today is go over campaigns coming out in January on Kickstarter that I'm excited about. Now, hopefully, I will be able to get you guys a video for GameFound as well. Now, January typically is a smaller month for crowdfunding campaigns, so I have 4 games that I want to talk about today. Now, 2 of them have not launched yet. So I'm going to go over a little bit about those games. Now, the other 2 that have launched, one is actually about to end soon. At the filming of this video, I think it has 5 or 6 days. So, but don't worry, there is going to be a pledge manager if you're interested in it. And by the time you watch this video, it's already over. There will be a pledge manager. You can go and check it out later and potentially back it if it's a game you're interested in. Now, let's get started. Let's go over these games. I'm going to start with the 2 that haven't launched yet and then move on from there. All right, guys, the first game we're going to go over is Gold Country. This game is designed by the master himself, Reiner Knizia, and is published by Bitewing Games, which I think does a lot of collaborations with him. And now, this was a re-implementation of a game from 2012, Spectaculum, which had I believe it was a circus theme to it. So let's go over the page real quick. Bitewing Games, they have created here on Kickstarter 11 games. They've backed 68. I kind of always like to look at that when I see a publisher that's backed a lot of games. This has a lot of followings. There's 3,000 people following this game, and the metrics on Kickstarter and crowdfunding, I don't know. I think it's 10% maybe followers end up backing, something like that. So, but a game like this, there's going to be a lot of people backing the game. Of course, Reiner Knizia, who has designed just so many games. I love Reiner Knizia. I mentioned this in a video from last year because there's a couple games that he made that was my favorite in 2025. He's just one of those. He's just solid. None of his games for me are like my favorites of all time, but they're easy to get to the table. They usually have simple rule sets, but they're just in the gameplay is just excellent. There's no designer that I respect more than him, just for how many games he makes and just how they're just really great games. So this is a 30 to 6 minute game, so it's something you can get to the table easily. 8+, so it's a fairly simple game. That right there, that doesn't concern me necessarily. Like I can play it with my daughter, but usually I like to see at least 10+. 14+ is a lot of my games are 14+, but if I'm going to be playing with my kids, at least 10+. So 8+, it tells me it's a fairly simple game, and it's 2 to 4 players. All right, now here is when it comes out, January 27th, so at the end of the month. So let's go over Gold Country a little bit. It's a tile placement game. Reiner Knizia, that's a lot of his games are tile placement. You are buying gold mines. I know the end of the game is once all the gold mines have been purchased, but this is a stock manipulation. I think this is very interactive with other players because people are going to be invested in the different companies that are out there. And then there's a way that everybody kind of knows what's out there, but a way to manipulate the stock prices. My guess is at the end of the game, whoever has the most either stock or money is going to win. And so your job is to determine, when to buy and when to back out. I love games that are geared towards economic and business. So this game is going to be something that I'm really going to take a look at come January 27th. So this was Gold Country from Reiner Knizia. If you're interested, go to the Kickstarter page and follow the campaign. All right, guys, the next game is Spirited from Garfield Games. You guys know this is one of my favorite publishers of all time. So out of these 4 games, this is the one that I'm actually the most excited about. They're all good games that I can tell. This one is really cool. There's a couple reasons why. Number one is this is a different type of game that they've typically made, and I really like that they are at the end of last year and this year, they're kind of branching out. They're not doing away with the games that they've made in the past. They're going to continue doing that, those hard, middle to heavy Euro games, strategy games, but they're branching out, which I think is really cool. And so they just launched Secret Societies, I believe it was, and now Spirited. So let's go over it. Something they're doing on this one is every 1,000 backers unlocks another free expansion. So let's get it done, guys. Let's back this game and see what we can do here. Okay. Of course, like I said before, I look at this. They've made a lot of games on Kickstarter, 31, and they've backed 197 of them. So, that's a lot. Now, 2,142 followers. I feel like we can do better than that. So, if you guys are interested, definitely go to their campaign and follow this campaign. And there's a lot of stuff, a lot of videos that they have on here and stuff like that. All right, so let's go over the player count. So it's 1 to 6 players, which I think is cool. I don't know if they've had a game that had 6 players before, 13 plus, and it's a 40 to 80 minute game. So it is a lighter game, but at 40 to 80 minutes, I mean, it can be, somewhat lengthy. All righty, now let's just go over a little bit about how you play this game. So number one is you choose a clan. So what I think is really cool about this is there are 12 clans in this game, and you choose 7 of them to play. So that means every game is going to be a little different because you're only using 7 out of the 12. So there's 5 other clans that aren't being used, and so if you randomly are choosing these clans, you're going to probably get a different and unique game every time you play it for a long time. So a lot of replayability there on that side. The next thing you're going to do is manage your road. And so if you take a look at my cursor right here, this is your road. And so you're going to be setting your clan cards down in your hand. This is a hand management game. It is a set collection game. And you're going to be placing your different clans on the road. But once you get more than 3 or 3 or more, you're going to lose your entire road. It's going to basically there's just too many clan members there, and they're going to start getting organized, and they're going to end up doing their own thing. So you've got to be very careful on what you do because it can be a help to have these clan members, or it can be a threat as well. All right, the next thing is you're going to form allegiances, which I believe is down here. Is once you get 2 or more of a pair, that's when you can start to form allegiances. Like I said before, you're going to construct wonders. I think it's when you get all 7 of the clans placed on your road, you can construct a wonder, and then you gain glory in battle as you dispatch. Once you start getting more allegiances, you can start dispatching people into battle. And what you're getting is, as you're collecting wonders and different things, you're gaining right here where my cursor is you're gaining spirit, which are points. And as far as I know, at the end of the game, whoever has the most spirit or the most points is going to win. So like I said, there's a lot of videos that you can watch on this game, playthroughs from the designers. All right, that was Spirit game that looks like a lot of fun, guys. If you like set collection, if you like push your luck, if you like hand management, definitely Garfield games. If you like Garfield games, you're going to love this game. So go ahead and follow this campaign. Every 1,000 backers, they're going to unleash a new expansion. These guys just love making games. I don't know any publisher that also, all of them are designers, and they come out with games like crazy. I don't understand it, but they got it figured out somehow. So go ahead and check it out. There's a lot of videos on Kickstarter about this game. You'll learn a whole lot about it. And that's one thing I like about it too. It's just all out there. So go check it out. All right, the next game is a Dragon's Gift, published by Button Shy Games, which you guys know is very pocket-sized games. Publisher I have wanted to get into. I almost backed the last campaign that they offered. It was just at a weird time where I go through stages where I'm not backing stuff for a while, and then I start backing stuff again. I'm crazy, I know. But anyway, the designer is Scott Alms. So let's take a look. This is a 1-player game, as you can see. And this, out of all the games, there's a couple games that I really want to play from Button Shy Games, but this one just is cool. I love the artwork, and I love just the theme around this game. So let's get into it. So this game is actually, out of all the games I'm going to go over, this is live right now. I think 5 days to go. So I think it's January 16th. This campaign will be over. So you're probably going to be getting this video right at the time that this campaign is going to be over. But don't worry, there's going to be a pledge manager. So if this is a game that you want to be a part of, go ahead and follow the campaign. So let's go over it. So right now, this campaign is at $50,000, which is cool. I think that's super cool. It's just a small game. There's just such a backing. So many people that love this publisher. There's almost 2,000 backers, and like I said, 5 days to go. So here's a little bit about the game. It is a one-player game, like I said, 8 plus, so really a lot of people can play, your kids or anybody like that. And it's a very simple game in time, 15 minutes. So let's go over how to play this game. So there's a few things you're doing. I think there's 18 cards in the pack. And so you're starting to, you're drawing one card and placing it, and you're building your village. And so the end goal of this game is to, every year, is to provide a gift for the dragon. And so that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to, as a village, you're trying to provide the best gift for this dragon, hence a dragon's gift. All right, so the first thing you're doing is you are building the village. So as you can see here, is these roads. You have to place the cards just like this. You cannot turn them on the side, but you can flip them around. You just got to match up the roads. The second thing you're doing is you're delivering goods. So as you're connecting the symbols together to create the goods, that is very important that you're creating enough goods. You're going to need to do this to eventually uh, create enough goods to be able to provide a gift for the dragon. So that the second thing is to deliver the goods as you're making connections on your village, as you're building the road, the infrastructure of the road. Now, I do think there's some extra cards that give you these special abilities. It's either 3 or 4 that you have placed out that you get to use throughout at the game at some point, like a one-time use card, to be able to deliver goods in a different way to kind of bend the rules a little bit. Always love that. And you have the ability to craft better goods. Now, this I'm not 100% sure on, but if you've crafted a couple of these goods, then you're able to create even better goods. You're able to flip the card over, and you can see here there's a check mark. That means that you have flipped that card over. You cannot do that again. All right, at the beginning of the game, you're going to see what goods are required to craft to be able to create the gift for your dragon. And once you've completed that, then at that point you have made the gift for the dragon and the game is over. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that you win. So throughout the game, you need to craft enough goods to make this list and to be better. So you want to do the best possible is 12. If you can craft up to 12 goods, then that's the top of the line. If you have 8 or less, you have lost this game. You may have created the gift for the dragon, but your village is somber and you've lost. So let's go over the components that you get in this game. So like I said, there's 18 cards that you get. You get the cool wallet that Button Shy Games is known for, the rule book, of course. You're going to get 12 village cards and 6 gift cards, so you know exactly what the dragon needs. So let's go over some of the rewards. Of course, you can pledge whichever money that you want if you just want to support the publisher, which I think is a cool idea. If it's especially if it's just $1, $5, $10, if it's something you don't want. So the first reward is the Simply Solo Instant Collection. So if you haven't played any of these games before from Button Shy, this is a great way to start. It's $30. Pretty inexpensive to get into it. You're going to get 3 games. You're going to get this game, plus you can choose. You could probably choose any of the games you want from their collection. The next reward on the list is the print and play version. So if you don't know if you want to get into this publisher, that's a great way to start. It's very simple, very inexpensive, and you're helping them out. All right, then the next reward is a Dragon's Gift. So this is if number 1, you just want this game, or number 2, you already have a few Button Shy games. It's $12, easy to get in to this publisher. One thing that I really like about it is it's not very expensive, and they are simple games, and it is a solo game, but still $12. That's not including delivery. Now we got a Dragon's Gift and Beacon, so this is just a couple more dollars. This comes with the base game plus both the expansions, Exotic Transports and Beacons. One thing it says here is Exotic Transports is free for all physical reward levels, so you're going to get that anyway, so you're pretty much getting Beacons for an extra couple dollars. One thing also I didn't tell you is that this is an estimated delivery of 2026. All right, for retailers, it is $72 for 12 copies. There has been 9 different companies that have backed this project. All right, guys, that is Dragon's Gift. This looks like a great solo game, simple, 15 minutes, very inexpensive. Button Shy Games is just known as just really cool games to take with you on the go. Just stick it in the back of your pocket and go. If there's a game you think you may want, you've got a few days to decide, or, of course, take a look at the Pledge Manager. All right, the last game on the list is Set a Watch Winterlands, which is the expansion to the Set a Watch universe. I think they have multiple expansions. Now, I had never heard of this game until this campaign. So when I was taking a look at January's campaigns, this kind of stuck out at me, probably because there's not a lot of campaigns that are out. So I think that's really smart of them actually to launch in January, for me anyway. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how smart it is. It was good for me. But let's go over a little bit about Set a Watch. Um, so this game had a $10,000 goal. They had reached $65,000, almost 2,000 backers. You have about 19 days to go, so you have some time to think about it if it's a game you want to play. So let's go over a little bit about the game. So it is 16 to 90 minutes, 1 to 4 players, so you can play solo. I think this is a great solo game, but you can play up to 4 players. I had heard when I did some research that the 4th player, or one of the people that I listened to, they thought because of a mechanism that the 4th player is not as good at 4. But definitely if you're a solo player, this would be a game you want to check out. Other than that, too, it is a cooperative game, so that is something that you want to be aware of. So let's just go over what Set a Watch is. So as far as I understand, you are traveling in this universe, in this world, and it's basically at nighttime. You are building a camp. You got a campfire. So that's part of a big mechanism, is keeping that fire going. But being in a fantasy world, you are going to come under attack. There are things that are going to try to come get you. So the first thing is the camp phase. You are going to roll dice, and what's cool about this is you're going to fight some people. We're going to go over that in a second. But what's different is you're all going to roll dice first, and you're going to choose one person to kind of sit back at the camp to kind of keep things going, and that's the camp phase. But what's cool about it is you get to roll the dice first to see what's going on, and so you can make a good decision. And that's why this one individual said that they didn't think that a 4-player game would be good, because somebody is going to be sitting back and not taking part in the battle. But when you do sit back, you get to refresh, you get to gain more money, and you get to take care of camp actions. So it is important. Whoever does that, it is a way to heal. So I don't know. I haven't played a game, of course, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. If you have played, if 4-player game is good. All right, the merchant phase. So you're going to spend your coin to buy more weapons to be able to build up and be able to attack or defend, your camp, and also defeat all the bad guys that are going to be coming after you. You have the attack phase. So that's when you're going to basically reveal the creatures that are coming at you, and you guys are, you've already chosen who is going to fight. Also, I wanted to mention too is that no matter if you're playing with 1 or 4 people, you're going to be playing with all the people that are a part of the game. So you always are going to have those warriors with you. And so that's the attack phase. And then also the watch phase is the abilities. You're going to spend dice to activate adventurers to help, be able to, attack the bad guys. And hopefully, if you have any undefeated bad guys, that's not going to be good. So you want to make sure that you take care of them. And then the next thing, you're going to reveal the next location that you're going to go to. So that's the gist of the game. It is a dice rolling game. It is a cooperative game, and you are basically you are attacking people. So a couple cool things about it is, like I said, is you're rolling the dice before you decide who's going to stay. Before you do anything, you're going to roll your dice, and so everybody knows kind of what you can do, and so you can make the best decision. It is a co-op game, so if you do like playing that co-op games, then you probably will like this game. And then if you do like dice rolling games and it has like kind of tests or battling with dice, then this is a game that you need to check out. All right, so this is an expansion to Set a Watch Winterlands. So let's go over what you get. In this expansion, number 1, there's a new adventurer, the Northman. This dude is bad to the bone. He's got this big club that you do not want to mess with. So he's coming to join the fight. There are new places to go to. So being in the winter, I love winter stuff. Anything with winter, I don't know, just kind of, it just makes me feel good. I live in Houston. It's been 70 to 80 degrees like every day. It's barely even been winter this year. So I like to see stuff like this. And then there's new bad guys that you're going to have to fight. These guys do not want to be friends. They want to take you down. So those are the new things that come in this expansion. Let's go over some of the rewards that you get in this game. So there is a starter bundle, If you want to just get your feet wet in this universe, then it's 49 bucks. I believe this is just the base game that you're going to get. This is the original standalone game expanded with the Outriders monster pack for more variety. So this is not getting you Winterlands, but it is kind of getting you started. And I have come to find out I like to buy expansions, but at the end of the day, I really play the base game mostly. Now, when I am backing a game like this, that is an expansion, and that's why I'm kind of get into a game, I'm usually going to buy that expansion. But I've come to find out that even though I do buy a lot of expansions, the base game is usually fine for me. So if it's something that you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, $49 is pretty reasonable. Next reward here is the all-in bundle. This is $199. So this is if you just want everything. So you're just gonna really want this game. It is a lot, to buy, especially if you don't know. If you're getting it all in, you're getting the base game. You never played this game before, so I don't know if that's worth it if you don't know. It looks like a really cool game. I typically don't ever buy an all-in bundle, but that's me. Let me know if it's something you do. But and there's no shame in that. If it's something you really think you're gonna like, you might as well do it, right now instead of trying to wait. But you're getting everything. I think there's 3 or 4 expansions, either with or without Winterlands. But there's a lot in this bundle, and so it will definitely give you a lot of gameplay for a long time. And there's 114 people that did it, so it is pretty cool. Alrighty, now, of course, for $5, Pledge Manager access. I've done this a few times. If I just didn't know, I want the updates, because there are times you get updates that only go out to people that are in the Pledge Manager. So I have done this before. If it's a game that I think I may want to back later on, I'm gonna invest some money. And if it's something I don't do, hey, the publisher made some money, and a lot of these publishers are small, and you just help them out a little bit. So, alrighty, guys. There's a realm pack. So this pledge is perfect for fans who already own everything and simply want to add more variety to their standalone games of Set a Watch. So this just gives you some extra stuff, some extra cards, $18. And then a retailer, of course, if you are a retailer, it's $60. That's probably just to get you into the Pledge Manager. And of course, you can get details from there on what it's going to cost and how much you're going to have to get. And you retailers, who you are. There's been 8 retailers that have purchased that. All right, this is the standalone bundle. This is Set a Watch plus expansions. It does not come with any deluxe accessories or the Doomed Run. All right, guys, that was Set a Watch Winterlands expansion. If you're interested, head to Kickstarter and take a look at it. You have some time to decide if it's a game that you want. All right, guys, this is my Kickstarter campaigns in January 2026 that I'm excited about. There's a couple of them that are launching later on this month. And there's some that are going on right now that you can back if you want. I hope to get a Game Found video made before the end of the month. And other than that, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, of course, please subscribe, comment any of these games that you really enjoy. If there's games that I did not put down that you are excited about, let me know about those as well. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, guys. Let's do this again. Campaign. Set a Watch World. Universe. Okay.